Hello guys, Robot1 here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, I wanted to showcase to you guys my new Elemental Hero deck profile. Now, I've been messing around a lot with this deck, kind of trying to figure out how I can make this deck somewhat more relevant, somewhat more playable, somewhat more powerful, and I've kind of taken a few steps back and a few steps forward with it quite a few times, and I feel like I finally came up with a build that actually works. Now, guys, I have to be honest with you, I feel like Heroes have kind of gone away from that combo-oriented playstyle where it just likes to bust out big boards like the Gumblar, the Rongomniac, and stuff like that, and I've kind of taken a step back and kind of found out like this deck doesn't really do that very well anymore. So what the build that I've kind of sought for this time is more of a control-oriented build. It does summon Darklaw every turn, so it is a bit of Darklaw Turbo, but it's also everything else at the same time, which I've kind of figured out and trying to make it a bit good, better, and I feel like this is also goes into the kind of like the Bubble Beat era where you're not playing a lot of monsters as well. So I feel like this is the perfect build for Heroes right now, just because we've lost so much. Like we've lost one Mali, which kind of made Malicious in the hand a bit more of a brick. We've lost Armageddon Knight to 1, which made normal summoning the Armageddon Knight and sending a hero to sending Mali to grave even worse. And we've also lost other cards in the deck as well, such as 2 Hero Lives, which really did hurt the deck. So I've kind of come up with a build that I find to be really good and works really well. So let's get into it, because I kind of want to show you it and give you my reasonings and opinions for certain things in the deck. So for starters, we play 2 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. He is your searcher in the deck. He searches your Mask Change, he searches your heroes. He is very important because he searches the Mask Change from the deck. You really do need to play him at least 2. Like if you draw 1, you still have the other one in the deck, so you need to play 2 of him. And I feel like, and one of the other reasons I'm playing him at 2 is because I'm playing a very low monster count. I'm only playing 11 monsters in this deck, and he can only search 6 of them. So I felt like playing 2 of this was the right number, just because he can only search 2 of the monsters, and it was 3 of the monsters, and I felt like this at 2 was a good enough number. Plus, he's mainly there to be able to search your Mask Change anyway, so playing him at more is not necessary at all. So 2 Shadow Mist. He's a searcher, and he just helps out really a lot. Plus, he's the dark type that you use to make your Darklaw. Next, we play 2 Solid Man. He's an extender that lets you summon your Shadow Mist from your hand to get your Mask Change. He lets you summon monsters from your hand to be able to get to plays, such as being able to summon that monster from your hand, summon the Isolde, Isolde summons the Darklaw. He is needed for these combos specifically. Plus, he is searchable with the Shadow Mist as well, which is really nice. Also, if he's sent to graveyard by a Mask Change, you can actually summon back any hero from your field or graveyard, so that comes back from your graveyard. So this actually comes up really handy in that regard as well. Plus, making a Diane, it's pretty freaking powerful when you can kill a monster, so 2 Solid Man for that reason. He's an extender and a power play. Pretty good. Next, we play 2 Bubble Man. Seeing as we're playing a low hero count, well, a low monster count in general, I felt like 2 Bubble Man was a good ratio to play in this deck as well, being that he summons himself from the hand, he lets you extend your plays in general, and just being a water monster to be able to filter for something like Absolute Zero or Elemental Hero or Master Hero Acid really does come in handy. So 2 of him I felt was the right number. I wouldn't play him at 3 just because I feel like 3 would be too much, and he is necessary in the deck as well. We also play the 1 Stratos because he searches any hero in the deck and has the bonus of destroying back row, which is actually really nice and does come up. We also play 1 Honest Neos because just being able to boost any of your monsters over 3,000 really does help you get rid of big cards, such as like Ultimate Falcon, Artifact Scythe, Boral Sword, Boral Load, sorry. Like, this card just helps you get rid of those problem cards that you might not be able to get rid of otherwise, and playing him, honestly, guys, I've not regretted it once. I've not regretted playing this card once, and it's so powerful in this build. And the final monsters we play is free Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, because it's just the best hand trap in the format to be able to deal with cards like Artifact Sanctum, Solomon Great Gazelle, Engage, Saruja, like all of these cards, this card just helps deal with and just, you know, deals with the big problems at hand. As I said, we're only playing 11 monsters, and I feel like this is the best count. I've not had any issues with this count, and I feel like if I boosted it any more, it would hurt the consistency of the deck, seeing as the 2 Bubble Man would lose less consistency. The Shadow Mist could, sure, the Shadow Mist could gain more heroes, but I feel like because we're playing the Bubble Man, this is the right ratio of monsters in general. So, yeah, we play the, that's all our monsters. For spells, we do play free Equal, which is 3 more monsters in the deck, essentially, which lets us search our Stratos, our Solid Man, our Shadow Mist, our Bubble Man, all of those cards. This allows us to search, and you need to play it at free because of that reason. Next, we play free Mask Change, because it just makes your masked heroes, such as Darklaw, which you really do want to do. Plus, you want to see this turn 1 as much as possible, because it's not just a searchable card that you want to see to make Darklaw, it's also an OTK enabler. Whereas it allows you to just gain that more damage, it just allows you to go even further beyond, and it just allows you to keep on going, which is really needed in this deck at times. So, free Mask Change, definitely necessary again, and I would not change it for the world. Next, we play free Instant Fusion. Now, we're playing free Instant Fusion for a specific target in my extra deck. It's there only because it's an extender to make a Soul Day. That's essentially why we're playing it, and you'll see what the extender is in a moment. But this deck does play a decent amount of extenders, so free Instant Fusion for that. 2 Desires, it can help us on brick, simple as that. Just being like, draw 2 is really, really nice, so 2 Desires because of that. 1 Hero Lives because summon Stratos from the deck, get a free search. 1 Rota, another monster in the deck, boosting our count to now, well, official count to 12, if you're counting all the real monsters, unlike this one. But yeah. 1 Miracle Fusion because I am playing a Absolute Zero in the deck, and I feel like Miracle Fusion just being there as a top deck to be able to go into an Absolute Zero is really, really strong at times. That's all of the actual real spells, but for equipped spells, we also do play equipped spells, and the equipped spells are 1 Phoenix Blade, the ones that matter is 1 Phoenix Blade, 1 DDR, and 1 Living Fossil. These are our extenders. Well, this one is because it allows us to use a discard fodder if we like to make a Nightmare. This one, because of it says I get to return from the Banish Zone, and this one it makes this one live. And this one because it's Monster Reborn, which actually does come up. So those are the real ones that we want to play. And we also play 1 Moon Mirror Shield because it returns itself to the deck if we draw it. And also just lets us get over the big problems. And 1 Power of the Guardians, which is something I've tried in the past and really did like and still find to like, because it basically gives you protection for your Darklaw if you equip it to Darklaw, and it also boosts your monster's attack, so I felt like it was just a decent card to keep on playing. This can be changed out for something like the Noble Knights or Brigadier or whatever the card is, the MST equipped spell. But I just like Power of the Guardians just because it's just something that allows you to protect your Darklaw in a sense, which is nice. So those are the equipped spells we play. Obviously, they're for a Soul Day. We don't play them for any other reason. And honestly, it is very good in general, all those equipped spells, from what I've done. And finally, for traps, we play triple impermanence because we want to just stop our opponent as much as possible if we go second. Triple Phantom Knights of Shade Brigade because of it is a combo extender as well. And free Solemn Strike and a Judgment because it's the Solemn package, it will prevent our opponent from playing, and this is mainly, it's mainly there just because we want to stop our opponent from getting anywhere near to killing our Darklaw. So yeah, that's the main deck. I feel like the main deck is as powerful as can be. There are some changes you could obviously make, like the Power of the Guardians to a different equipped spell. You could put in some Rivalry of the Warlords, which I've tested. They do work, but they're only really good against danger. You could cut the brigades for something like Junk Forward, but I feel like that would break the consistency of the deck. Plus, this is a level 4, so it helps with your rank 4 plays. You could change these for effect veilers, and like you could even cut the Miracle Fusion as well for like a Monster Reborn if you feel like that is a change that you would like to make. But personally, this is just the build that I found the best with, and yeah, it's just the best cards in the main deck, in my personal opinion. But for the extra deck, I've kind of got some choices that kind of obvious, kind of not. But let's go into it. So first of all, we play 2 Masked Hero Darklaw. I feel like 2 is the perfect number. I've never needed to make a third, so 2 is enough. He is the card you'll be making every turn, so be sure to actually make this as soon as possible if you're playing this deck. 1 Masked Hero Acid, just a nice card that says get rid of all the back row, and also if you combo this off with something like Absolute Zero, it's a board wipe, so very nice as well. 1 Masked Hero Anki for those OTK plays at times, where if you can make another monster, attack big monster, search another Mask Change, turn this in Darklaw, it does come up and it is very good. 1 Masked Hero Diane, because I want to summon that Shadow Mist from the deck at times and just get another Mask Change. And also this is just something really nice because it's just like a 3k butt that can sometimes not even be gotten over. For the instant fusion target, we're playing a Carabonia Warrior, which is basically, we play this one because it's a level 4 warrior that lets us make Xyz plays and lets us make a Soul Day. So that's why we play this one, because if it's just level 4 that makes us make rank 4 plays, and it just lets us make a Soul, which is very important at times as well. We also play the 1 Absolute Zero, my baby Absolute Zero. I love him. I'll always love this card, because he is a Monster Zone board wipe, which can combo off with Masked Hero Acid to just essentially nuke the board as well, which is really, really nice. 1 Abyss Dweller, because I don't like your graveyard. 1 Exciton Knight, because I want to nuke your board as well, even more. 1 Babushka, because this card actually works really well against something like Sky Striker, where if you actually make a big link monster such as your Boral Sword, you can make this, then from there you get to just deal with everything. Like, they tried to summon the Ray, well, you're not going any further with that Ray because its effect is negated, so yeah, it comes up there. Plus, it's also really good against the Sun-Mongray deck, where if they try to use the Gazelle effect or the Lady Debug effect, it's just instantly negated, so it does come up. For Link Monsters, we play 2 Assault because she summons out Shadow Mist from the deck to get the Darklaw. Plus, she also searches Honest Neos, which is nice because you'll be always searching the Honest Neos unless you want to go into different plays. 1 Nightmare Unicorn because, well, I want to get rid of that 1 card on your board that's annoying me. 1 Summon Sorceress because it allows us to go into more plays. It can let us go into rank 4 strategies, and it can just let us go into even more areas that we might not be able to go in without it. And finally, 1 Boral Sword for an OTK strategy, just so we can punch our opponent to death a lot easier. So, guys, that is the deck profile. That is the profile of my Elemental Hero deck. Honestly, I feel like this is the best version of heroes currently. If you have different versions, tell me what they are in the comment section below. I personally like this version the best. Like as I said, you could change things, you might not want to change things, but this is just what I personally like in general, and feel is the best variant in general as well. So, guys, tell me what you think of this in the comment section below. Tell me if you think you like my build. Tell me if you think my build is bad. Tell me if you think my build is great. Tell me all your thoughts in the comment section below. I would really love to hear them so I can maybe upgrade this deck, make it better, try different formulas, try different strategies, just to see if I can make the deck even better. But guys, that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to like the video to show that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to press the subscribe button to show that you want to see more content from my channel and get in your subscription box. And don't forget to press the notification button to be notified of any videos or streams that I do, okay? So guys, that's the video. I've got to go because of things are going on. And that's me, Robobat1, signing out. Later, guys.